If you're a veteran or active duty service member thinking about buying a home in Delaware, this video could save you thousands of dollars and a lot of frustration. A lot of veterans are told they don't qualify for a VA loan because of credit, income, loan limits, or entitlement, and most of the time that information is flat out wrong. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what it takes to qualify for a VA loan in Delaware, how full and partial entitlement really work, and what lenders actually look for so you can make confident decisions before you even make an offer on a house. Hi, I'm John Thomas, a Delaware-based VA loan officer with Prime Residential Mortgage, and I help veterans qualify for VA home loans statewide. So let's get into it. What is a VA loan? A VA loan is a mortgage backed by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs and issued by private lenders like us. The goal of the VA loan program is simple: to help qualified veterans and military families buy homes with better terms than traditional financing. VA loans come with some of the strongest benefits available in today's market. No down payment required if you have full entitlement, no monthly mortgage insurance ever, easier credit guidelines compared to conventional loans, typically lower interest rates. For many military families in Delaware, a VA loan is the most powerful path to home ownership. Who can qualify for a VA loan in Delaware? To qualify for a VA loan in Delaware, there are two layers to the approval. First, you must qualify with the Department of Veterans Affairs, or VA. Second, you must qualify with your mortgage lender. VA service eligibility. You may qualify if you are currently serving in the military, a veteran who completed the required service period, a National Guard or Reserve member, an eligible surviving spouse. To prove eligibility, you need a Certificate of Eligibility, also called a COE, and that comes from the Department of Veterans Affairs. This document confirms your service history and tells us, the lender, how much VA entitlement you have available. VA loan credit requirements in Delaware. One of the biggest myths about VA loans is that the VA requires a minimum credit score, such as 600 or 500 or 580. That's not true. The VA does not set a minimum credit score requirement. However, lenders may have their own guidelines or overlays. Common lender expectations include no recent bankruptcies or foreclosures unless enough time has passed, solid recent payment history, reasonable overall credit management. Even if your credit score is lower, you may still qualify if you have strong residual income, your overall financial picture makes sense, the loan represents a reasonable risk. This is why working with a VA experienced lender matters, such as myself. Income requirements for VA loans in Delaware. There are no income limits for VA loans. Let me say that again. The VA does not cap how much money you make. Instead, lenders focus on stable, documented income, consistent employment history, your ability to manage the new housing payment. Acceptable income sources include W-2 employment income, military pay and allowances, self-employed income, retirement or pension income, VA disability, or Social Security income. What matters most is that the income is reliable and properly documented. All right, debt to income ratio and residual income. The VA does not enforce a hard debt to income ratio limit. While 41% DTI is often used as a benchmark, VA loans can exceed that if your residual income is strong. What is residual income? Residual income is the money you have left over each month after paying your housing payment, your credit obligations, your income taxes, your insurance, and things like that. The VA places a strong emphasis on residual income, especially in areas of Delaware with higher costs of living. Strong residual income can offset higher debt ratios and help approvals that other loan programs may decline. VA loan entitlement, full versus partial. Your VA entitlement determines how much you can borrow and whether a down payment is required. Full VA entitlement, if you have full VA entitlement, there is no VA loan limits in Delaware at all. You can finance 100% of the purchase price no matter what it is. No down payment is required if you qualify. Partial VA entitlement. Partial entitlement usually applies if you already have an existing VA loan. In this case, Delaware's VA loan limits apply. You may need a down payment depending on your remaining entitlement and the purchase price. A 25% down payment may be required on the portion above your entitlement. For 2026, Delaware follows a statewide VA limit of $832,570 for partial entitlement. VA funding fee explained. The VA funding fee is a one-time fee charged on most VA loans. It replaces monthly mortgage insurance and helps keep the VA program available for future veterans. In most cases, the VA funding fee is rolled into the loan and not paid out of pocket. Now, who's exempt? You may be exempt if you are receiving VA disability compensation, eligible for disability but receiving retirement pay instead, and an eligible surviving spouse. If exempt, your loan amount equals your base loan amount with no added fee. Funding fee percentages depend on whether you're a first-time or subsequent use, down payment amount, if any, loan type. VA loan types available in Delaware. VA loans are not just for standard home purchases. Options include VA purchase loans, VA renovation loans, VA one-time closed construction loans, VA manufactured home loans, VA IRRL streamlined refinances, and VA cash out refinances. Choosing the right loan depends on your goals, property type, and entitlement status. VA property requirements and appraisals. VA loans must be used for primary residences only. Approved properties include single-family homes, townhomes, VA-approved condos, owner-occupied 2 to 4 unit properties, approved manufactured homes. VA appraisals focus on safety, structure, liability, and value. Now, the special VA Tidewater process. If an appraisal comes in low, Tidewater allows the lender to submit additional comparable sales before the value is finalized. This protects veterans from overpaying and gives a chance to support the contract price so the deal doesn't fall apart. Common VA loan myth, you need perfect credit. Fact, VA loans are flexible, no minimum credit score. Myth, VA loans take longer to close. Fact, with proper preparation, timelines are comparable or even quicker. Myth, you can only use a VA loan once. Fact, VA loans can be used multiple times. Why veterans choose John Thomas in Delaware? As a Delaware loan officer for your VA home loan. VA loans require precision. I help Delaware veterans by verifying eligibility and entitlement up front, reviewing your credit and income before offers are made, structure your VA loans correctly from the start, and prevent last-minute underwriting issues. This is especially important for partial entitlement or higher-priced homes. If you're a veteran or an active duty service member thinking about buying or refinancing in Delaware, the first step is confirming your eligibility and your entitlement. I will help you check your VA eligibility. I'll help you get your certificate of eligibility. I'll review your entitlement, and I'll help you understand what you can afford. So call me, 302-703-0727, or apply online at prmiloanapplication.com. Get clear information, trusted advice, Delaware VA loan expertise you can rely on. If you like this video, please subscribe and like and share. Have an amazing day.